I mean, it's, you know, that's why they're not coming down on it as hard right now for people like us that are selling it, because it's already in the mainstream and the pharmaceutical companies are making money off of it now. So, you know, they saw it was good. They knew they could make a lot of money on it. And you're seeing that not only with silver, but the pharmaceutical companies are buying up all the herbal manufacturing companies right now. They know that we're making a transition into more natural medicine, and they're buying up all the big companies. We get offers for our company, you know, 7 times over gross income, 5 times over gross income a year from all these people on Wall Street that are represented, these brokers that are the representatives for pharmaceutical companies. They know it's a big money-making thing.
Well, look at how they've come out with their own prescription fish oil is 3 times more.
Right.
Their own prescription vitamin C. They just don't want the competition.
No, I mean, the mistake that they're making, though, is they're coming out with synthetic vitamins. They're coming out, they're trying to synthesize vitamins in the lab, and it's actually causing more illness, which they don't care, because then they'll give you prescription medications like vitamin E, D, L, alpha tocopherol succinate, or, you know, the synthetic forms of the B vitamins.
And then they'll have studies about how vitamins don't help, but the study is the synthetic. I always notice that.
Exactly. That's exactly.
My dad sees those like in, you know, the Reader's Digest. He goes, look, son, it's the synthetic. And then they'll pull up a study showing me the raw that's getting off the chart great.
Right. I mean, they still sell and promote the synthetic brand. And they know that still 80% of the vitamins that are bought, probably even more than that, are bought through drugstores, wholesale stores, grocery stores. That means that like 80, 90% of the people out there that are buying Flintstone vitamins and all these crappy, you know, over the, you know, these drugstore vitamins and everything, most of those are made by the pharmaceutical companies.
Well, look, listen. If their drugs will work, I'm all for them. My issue is if the antibiotics are starting to not work, they better come up with something else. And the question is, will the germs get immune to silver?
The germs will not, as far as I don't know if they've bioengineered something. I mean, I wouldn't put it past them, you know, with everything that they're doing. But as of today, I don't think that there's any bugs that are resistant to silver, and especially I don't think they'll ever be resistant to anacin iodine. You know, years ago when they weren't even using silver a lot, they would just give people about 100 milligrams of anacin iodine or an iodine supplement, and that would completely wipe out any type of germs or infections.
Well, everybody knew that, like so you wouldn't get blood poisoning in the old days. They put iodine on the top of it. In fact, here is my Survival Shield Nascent Iodine, which is its own type that we have that's so popular. That helps fund the operation. And I'm just so glad people have used this and they've enjoyed it. We've had such rave reviews because everything Dr. Group's helped develop has just done wonders. I mean, I still am overweight and not as healthy as I used to be because I've just been treating myself like crud for years. But everybody in person, but also someone on TV, can see the physical difference that I look a lot younger and I feel a lot better. And I have to get less sleep now, everything.
Look, I mean, you can go online and just look at a multitude of different nutraceutical products that are out there. And there's going to be one big difference between the standard nutraceuticals or the crappy stuff you get at drugstores and the stuff that you're selling. You look at the product reviews. You can't hide stuff online anymore. People are going to write about it. They're going to write about your customer service.
All we've gotten is positive reviews. I've never heard of that.
Exactly. That is unheard of in the nutraceutical industry. Unheard of. And this is stuff that actually works. This is stuff that you're getting. We can't even post to positive reviews, half of them, because those people write in making medical claims, and the FDA and the government doesn't want people to find out about.
Well, I mean, here's the deal.
Scrap half of them.
We get those all the time, Alex.
Of course we do. You hear them on the air. You know, here's the difference. Say with Super Male Vitality or with the Fluoride Shield or with the Survival Shield. We go and get the most expensive, best processed, strongest concentrate. We want to be the creme de la creme. We want to be the Ferrari of supplements, but at a low price. The Ferrari for the price of a Ford. That's my goal. And that's why Dr. Group and my dad working with us now, it all just merges. And then, again, Weldon's running around with rave reviews. I mean, I remember him telling me, you got to get this stuff. You got to put this out. You got to get Group to let you put it out. This lung cleanse months ago, you were ranting at me about how good it was, and I just kind of ignored you because I was busy. Now it's finally here, InfoWarsLife.com.
Absolutely. You know, it's important for folks to know that these products, I mean, we're actually using them here in the office. The employees are. I mean, we're using them. Everybody's feeling great, you know.
Every product I develop, I use, and my family uses.
Hey, guys, You're going to be back later in retransmission the third hour. Thank you, Dr. Group. Thank you, Weldon. News is coming up in retransmission.
The Genesis Communications Network is one of America's premier broadcasters of captivating talk radio. We thank you for listening. Now, just imagine, there are thousands of people who are just as passionate about radio as you are. But what you may incur as a result, keep your fuel fresh for when you need it most. Nuclear power stations, emergency service providers, and ships at sea rely on PRI fuel stabilizers. And you can too. Call 888-776-9373 or visit PRIproducts.com to find the dealer nearest you.
How can you save a ton of money and prepare for emergencies? By having your own in-home freeze dryer from Harvest Right. Now you can cut down on wasted food by freeze drying your leftovers. That's right. Create your own long-term food storage by freeze drying your own fruits, meats, vegetables, even complete meals with the Harvest Right in-home freeze dryer. Imagine the savings and the peace of mind. See how the amazing Harvest Right freeze dryer works at harvestright.com.
The Victory Seed Company is a family-owned, farm-based organization working to keep rare, open-pollinated heirloom seeds available for your home garden with no unstable hybrids or GMO seeds sold. Learn about their mission at victoryseeds.com. And for a limited time, enter Victory at checkout to receive a free garden planting tool on orders over $10. Grow your Victory garden with Victory brand seeds. victoryseeds.com.
Hi, this is Ted Anderson. Have you ever wondered why banks, stockbrokers, investment advisors won't talk about gold IRAs? They've been available since 1986, yet the financial industry won't recognize the value of gold for your retirement. Gold has outperformed paper investments, yet no word about IRAs. If you would like to have gold for your retirement, call 800-686-2237. Don't get left behind by rising inflation and low returns. Call 800-686-2237. Secure your future and call 1-800-686-2237.
What I'm about to tell you is based on information obtained from a little-known government document called FT900. This bombshell government document contains evidence on what I believe will cause the next 9/11. I've just posted a video at www.next911exposed2.com that not only analyzes the contents of this document, but it walks you through the exact timeline of how and when this 9/11 event is scheduled to occur. Just like 9/11 had a lasting impact on our society, this event will reshape America. It will swipe trillions off markets and retirement accounts everywhere and destroy the way of life of millions of unprepared Americans. But it will also trigger what promises to be the biggest wealth transfer in the history of our nation. But you only have a few weeks left to take all the necessary steps to protect yourself and your family. Just visit www.next911exposed2.com to view my newly released video. Again, that's www.next911exposed2.com before it's too late.
Hi, folks. Alex Jones here with some important information. I want to tell you about Matt Redhawk and his team of patriots over at My Patriot Supply. Several years ago, Matt was sitting in his two-bedroom apartment, frustrated with the direction this country was headed and the charlatans willing to sell us out for a quick buck. Deciding to take action, a company run by patriots for patriots was born. My Patriot Supply has never taken a loan or accepted outside funding. They now operate 2 distribution facilities and employ over 50 hardworking American men and women. It is rare to find companies who practice what they preach. And that's why I stock my pantry with high-quality storable foods from My Patriot Supply. Go to mypatriotsupply.com/Alex today for special offers on emergency food storage or call their preparedness specialist at 866-229-0927. That's 866-229-0927. Do business with someone who shares your values. mypatriotsupply.com/Alex.
The answer to 1984 is 1776. You're listening to The Alex Jones Show.
Oh, that music is so beautiful. And as we wind on down the road, our shadows are taller than our souls. That's poetry right there. I can't help it, just crank it up. And as we wind on down the road, our shadows taller than our soul. You know, this is real real, folks. This isn't a fake radio show, and let me tell you, most of them are fake. This is real. I really believe the globalists are thinking about setting off nukes inside the United States, and I've been telling you that for a long time to bring in martial law. Our shadows. There was a lady. I mean, what do we do? What do we do as a society, as a civilization, as things just degenerate? That's a big question. And you know, covering this news every day does get to me because of the seriousness of the entire situation and how delusional and mentally ill the general public is getting. I'm seeing phenomenons that are just incredible, where people are breaking down completely and going off into their own fantasy lands now and not even aware of what's going on in their own lives. They just believe everything's all right, or they believe because they're control freaks that gives them power over everybody, or they believe it's okay to shoot a homeless man a bunch of times in the back and then say that it's okay because they said they're okay and no grand jury dare indict God government. And they just say it's okay to throw nuclear reactors in the ocean. I mean, we told you that radiation levels all over the West Coast are on average at least double what they should be according to background radiation. And in some areas 14 times higher. And we went out with our reporters and made Dinosaur Media cover it in the San Francisco Chronicle, the Sacramento Bee, the other publications, San Jose Mercury News. Here it is today. This is out of Reuters. U.S. Navy to test homes for radiation on San Francisco Island. The U.S. Navy plans to test hundreds of homes for radiation in a remote San Francisco neighborhood after an object containing radium was found beneath an unoccupied residence in the area last fall, city officials said Tuesday. That is not what's causing radiation to be up all over the area, by the way, folks. In the coming weeks, Navy officials, not servants, will begin surveying about 600 homes on Treasure Island, a man-made landmass in San Francisco Bay that once served as a naval base, said Bob Beck, director with the city's Treasure Island Development Authority. A full plan for the survey is still being developed, but officials will likely use handheld scanning devices on the ground floors of homes to detect possible radioactivity underneath them. In the event of a radiological survey of a housing unit reveals health concern, the Navy will take immediate action plans to protect the residents. Yes. So what do we do? Everybody's asking about radiation being up all over the coastline of San Francisco. What do we do? Well, we just go find one hot spot and make it all about that. That's what went on in the board meeting. I'd say 98% chance. That's a standard deal. Standard PSYOP. Continuing, but we are forcing him to cover it, and I guess that's what matters. Here it is, a NASA-funded study, industrial civilization headed for irreversible collapse. And there is another report out on that today. NASA doesn't think the world is ending, and journalists should stop implying that, says the International Business Times, and they try to spin back the article. Well, NASA and the British Ministry of Defense and the Defense Department say they believe there will be a massive reduction in standard of living, and that, quote, we are unsustainable, and the industrial civilization, as we know, it will collapse. I don't know from looking at all the numbers if that's completely accurate, but it does lean that way, especially when Agenda 21 is modeling the world under UNESCO as the global treaty to implode economies, to make the population poor, to live off government handouts produced by the largesse of factory farming and factory production of baubles, which are then sold as the signets of success and societal wealth, not actual property and family and not being in debt. They're getting rid of all the old symbols of true independence and replacing them with, well, I'm part of a group. That's my value, or I'm part of a, a club, or I'm a trendy, or I get government handouts. I'm part of that group. They're taking all the real rights and replacing them with faux rights. That the trendies grovel like sycophantic baby birds as the poison is vomited into their filthy mouths. We'll be right back.
We're on the march. The empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.